Welcome back to where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins and currency, exploring the hidden treasures in your pocket change. The US 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny dot. Did you know that some pennies could be worth more than their weight in gold? Stick around as we uncover the history, key dates, and rare variations that make certain pennies highly valuable. The US 1-cent coin has a rich history dating back to 1793. The earliest pennies were much larger than today's version and made of pure copper. These large cents were produced until 1857, when the U.S. Mint introduced the smaller, more familiar penny we use today. Over the years, the design of the penny has changed several times. From the early large cents to the Flying Eagle cent, and then the Indian head cent. The most recognizable design, however, is the Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition of a coin is paramount. It can significantly affect its value. Let's explore the different grades used to evaluate the condition of 1-cent coins. Coins are typically graded on a scale from poor to perfect uncirculated. Here's a quick rundown of the main grades. The coin is barely identifiable. Most details are worn away, but enough remains to identify it as a penny. More detail is visible than in a poor coin, but it's still heavily worn and may have some corrosion. The coin is extremely worn, with major details nearly smooth but still recognizable. Significant wear, but the coin's major details are still clear. Letters and date are readable. The coin's design is clear but flat in the highest areas. Moderate to considerable wear. The design is clear and bold with some details still visible. Very slight wear on the highest points. The coin has a nearly new appearance. The coin is in the same condition as when it was minted. MS-70 is the highest grade, indicating a perfect coin with no flaws. First, handle your coins carefully. Use gloves or hold them by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Place your coin on a soft cloth too. We jump into the specifics. Let's set the stage a bit. In the late 18th century, the newly formed United States was in need of a stable and uniform currency system. The first 1-cent coin was introduced in 1793. This was the flowing hair chain cent, named for its design featuring Lady Liberty with flowing hair and a chain of 15 links on the reverse, symbolizing the unity of the original states. However, this design wasn't well received. People thought the chain represented slavery, so the mint quickly replaced it with the wreath cent later that year, featuring a more delicate wreath on the reverse. The early cents were much larger and made of pure copper, quite different from today's pennies. Over the next few decades, the designs changed several times. From 1793 to 1857, we saw the Liberty cap, draped bust, and matron head designs, each reflecting the artistic styles of their respective eras. By 1856, the large cent was becoming cumbersome, and the cost of copper was rising. Enter the Flying Eagle cent in 1856, a smaller coin made from a copper-nickel alloy. This marked the first major shift towards the penny we know today. But the Flying Eagle cent had its own valuable. That's a wrap on today's deep dive into the world of U.S. pennies. Remember, the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. It might just be a hidden treasure. 1968 was a year of significant change and turmoil in the United States. The country was in the midst of the Vietnam War. The civil rights movement was in full swing, and the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy shook the nation. Amidst all this, the humble 1-cent coin continued to circulate, quietly marking its place in history. Let's take a closer look at the 1968 1-cent coin. These coins were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a total weight of 3.11 grams. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been a staple on the penny since 1909. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro, first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. For collectors, 1968 pennies offer some interesting varieties and errors. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die. Prevent scratches. Using a magnifying glass or loupe, examine the coin under good lighting. Look for wear on the high points, scratches, and any other imperfections. This is a coin in good condition. Notice the heavy wear and lack of fine details. The date and major design elements are still visible, but here's a fine condition coin. The design is more visible, and while there's still significant wear, you can see more details. The value of a penny can vary widely based on its condition. For example, a common wheat penny from the 1940s in good condition might be worth only a few cents, but the same coin in mint state could be worth several dollars. Key dates and rare varieties can be worth significantly more. Using a price guide or an online resource like the Red Book or PCGS Price Guide can help you determine the value of your coins based on their condition. Remember, even slight differences in grade can make a big difference in value. So, there you have it, a basic guide to determining the condition and value of USA 1-cent coins. Remember, grading coins takes practice, so don't get discouraged if it feels challenging at first. The Indian head cent in 1859. This new design, featuring Lady Liberty in a Native American headdress, became incredibly popular and remained in production until in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln cent was introduced. This was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness. Victor David Brenner designed the iconic portrait of Lincoln, which has graced the penny for over a century. Now, let's talk a bit about the composition. Up until 1982, pennies were primarily made of copper. However, due to the rising cost of copper, the mint switched to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. So if you have pennies from before 1982, you're holding nearly pure copper. Interestingly, there have been some special editions and errors that are highly sought after by collectors. For instance, the 1943 steel cent, made during World War II when copper was needed for the war effort, and the 1955 double-die penny, known for its distinctive double image. So, why do we still have the penny today? Despite debates about its practicality, the penny remains a beloved piece of American history, doubling on the date or other design elements due to a misalignment during the minting process. Another interesting variety includes repunched mint marks, where the mint mark appears to be stamped more than once. The value of a 1968 1-cent coin can vary greatly depending on its condition and any notable errors. Regular circulated coins are typically worth just a few cents, but uncirculated or proof coins can fetch higher prices. Double die or other error coins can be even more valuable, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of dollars. Grading by a professional service can also significantly impact a coin's value, with higher grades indicating better preservation and quality. If you're lucky enough to own a 1968 1-cent coin or are planning to start a collection, proper care and preservation are crucial. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints and oils from your skin. Store them in a cool, dry place and consider using coin holders or albums to protect them from damage and environmental factors.